guys, been a few days since I took delivery of the Ram. Haven't done a lot to it, but I thought I'd show you what I have done. So come for a walk with me and I'll show you the little bits and pieces. This video will probably be a bit disjointed as different things happen to it as we go along. So the first thing I did to it, which is not really a big deal, is I got it weighed. I don't know if you can see that properly. It's hard to show you on the screen here, guys. There you go, 4.22 tonne, 2.42 on the front axle, 1.8 on the back. So I wanted to weigh it to get a starting place as to what it is. As you can see, there's not much any different there. The canopy is still on it, so that will stay until I sell it. Now, I have started slowly, very slowly on the communications. Now, I didn't film any of this. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. At the present time, there's the UHF CB aerial. It's mounted on a bonnet mount. Getting decent mounts to put antennas on that don't include your bull bar and stuff, a bit bloody hard, guys. Anyway, that's just how it is. And on this side, I've got a dual band VHF UHF antenna for my amateur radio on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. For those who understand that. For those who don't, well, it's VHF UHF, guys. So it's just a second radio, nothing to do with UHF CB. And at the present, those cables are just zip tied up under the bonnet. So I have to find a place to run them through the firewall. That in itself will be a challenge. I'm led to believe somewhere under the passenger side there I've got a chance, but I don't know. Anyhow, I will see what I can get done with it. It's going for a tune-up, not a tune-up, it's going for a service in 2 days' time, so I want to make sure the vehicle's intact and drivable, so I may or may not actually get to this today, but I just wanted to show you the stages I'm up to. And this video will be a bit disjointed, so I'm guessing there's not a lot more I can tell you about it at the moment, but I will tell you more as I can.
3 days later.
Well, it's a continuation of the evolution of my Ram. As I mentioned in the earlier part of the clip, I'm getting rid of the canopy and the drawers. And these boys are here to come and collect it. So it's going from this white Ram to this really sexy grey Ram. And we're going to do all that today. Well, these guys are going to have it done in about 20 minutes because these guys are pretty clever. So we're going to get into that. So I'm not going to film too much of it because it's not an install or dismantling video. It's just what I'm up to in the next stage. Not to mention, you don't need to hear rattle guns and the noises. So we'll show you a bit more of it as we get a bit further down. Well, we've only been at this for 25 minutes, half an hour. And the 2500's got the drawers in it and they're nearly done. So it hasn't taken us very long at all. Like I said earlier, these guys are all over this. So I won't be able to show you us lifting the canopy off because it's going to take all 4 of us to do that. But we're definitely getting there. So I was amazed as to how quick these drawers came out. So, anyway, these guys are going to make great use of this. So it's a win-win for everybody. We'll show you more when there's more to show you. This is a pretty 2500, this. Well, weirdly enough, that didn't take us very long. The boys are in the process of bolting it back on now, onto Damien's truck here. And it looks really good. I actually think that looks better on his car than it did on mine. So, that's very impressive. Sorry about the aircraft noise, guys. Do live near the RAF base. So this is how you do this, guys. You crawl in with your out your boots on, and you just jump in there and hope for the best.
Yeah,
So that's her. It won't be long for these guys to get this bolted down, and they'll be done. So I'm happy to see it going to a new home where it'll get some use. Because it's certainly not going to suit mine with what I've got in mind. And mine looks a little bit different now. She's back to being a ute. I'll get the broom out later and clean all that crap. But there you go. One smart cap, gone from 3500 onto 2500. And it looks nicer in its new home than it did on its old one, in my opinion. Well, continuing part of this disjointed clip, I thought I'd show you the next mod. We've had a couple of days of rain, so I haven't been able to do anything here. I don't know if you can even see it, but down there is my throttle pedal, and I've just connected Ultimate 9 throttle controller. Just jumping in the truck here. So, try to see if you can even see it, guys. There it is. Ultimate 9 throttle controller. Truck's turned off at the moment. Wasn't hard to fit there. Sadly, that's about as neat as I can get that cable. But not much you can do about that. So, yeah, we just fitted that in. Not much more I can show you. Going to give the truck a bit of a hose in a second because it's covered in crap and debris from 2 days of rain and the trees that are around here. Going to hopefully work on working out how to get the cables through the thing. I hope you can see me okay. Try and get the cables run through from the engine bay into the truck. Well, I'm going away for a couple of days next week, so that'll slow the process down. But anyway, hopefully we'll get it done. Because the concept, I'm just getting out again, guys. I'll spin you back around. The concept will be that in there, where you can see the white cable, oh, sorry about the sun flare, I'm going to build a center console for the radio gear. But there's not a lot of point in trying that until I can feed the cables in. So that's the basic idea of it. I know there's a lot of sun here, guys, so I'm just going to try and get it away so that you're not copping it. I'll cop it for you up to a point. So that's going to be the plan to get that done. So I mean about all this crap on the car, I'll show you. There's just crap blown all over it everywhere. It doesn't look as bad on the camera, but there's just bits of leaves and stuff, and it's all over it. Anyway, that's what I'm dealing with here at the moment. So we'll keep going with it. This, like I said before in this video, guys, this is a bit disjointed, this clip, because it's just bits and pieces I've been doing since I got home. I'm just trying to show you everything. I did weigh it the other day too, once the canopy came off. I think I've showed it to you canopy-less. There she is in the sun without a canopy on it. I like it better. I think it's a ute. Even though it's not going to be a ute again down the track, but it's one at the moment. So I think it's pretty good like that. So anyhow, I'm just showing you as I go along. I weighed it, and when I took the canopy off it, the weight's dropped by 460 kilos when I weighed it, but Karen wasn't with me when I weighed it the second time, so we have to add a Karen back in. So it's only lost, I don't know, 360, 380. Karen's not 100 kilos, so wouldn't be 360. 380, I'm guessing it's lost, but that's a fair chunk of weight in that canopy and drawers, 380. So it's now back under 4 tonne. So just little bits and pieces as I go along, guys. Anyway, I'm going to give the thing a hose. I'm going to go for a drive because I haven't driven it for a couple of days, so I've got to go for a drive in it. Well, we're out in the Ram. Kaz has got a day off finally, so
I got to drive it.
Kaz is driving.
I'm driving.
So I know she's driven it a couple of times already, but
Yeah, I nicked the keys off him.
yeah. I want to get Kaz's thoughts on what it's like to run around in the Ram, because she drives a bus for a living, so she's used to driving big things.
It's quite smooth, and it's very quiet inside here. I can't believe how quiet it is. It's just so quiet.
And what do you think of it compared to driving like the 200 series or even the Ranger?
I think it's a little bit. Oh, how do I put this? It's just so it feels a lot of smoother, even though it's a ute compared to the 200. I know, very sad. You can tell that's got its up and go, but I guess that's because it's the big 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can tell it's designed for towing, but it is quiet. I can't get over how quiet it is. There you go. That's what I think. Quietness. It's so quiet in here.
It is certainly a peaceful, silent environment to be in. So, yeah. The sad part for us, of course, is we're limited to 100k an hour because it's a truck. But other than that, and the car's passing us, and it's a little bit bumpy now because it's completely empty since I took the canopy off it. But, you know, do you think the ride's comparable to the Ranger and maybe nicer?
I think it's about the same as the Ranger, definitely. The Ranger is the ute, and so is this one. So yeah, I definitely think it's the same. I reckon it's a little bit better than the Ranger. It's quite nice, yes. I just told you 3 different things, didn't I?
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you guys a bit of an idea of what Kaz thinks of it.
I like it.
She likes it. I love it. And she's had a lot less seat time in it than me, so she's driving it today and we're just cruising around. So not a lot of other stuff I'm going to show you today. This is just another part of this mixed up, mash up video I've been making. I did show you that I fitted the Ultimate 9 throttle controller to it yesterday, so nothing else has happened at this stage. Kaz is just going for a test drive, so we will catch up with you a little bit later.
Several days later.
Well, g'day guys, it's been a few days since I did anything on the Ram, but I thought I'd give you a look at what I've been up to today. Now, with the aid of cardboard aided design, I've been able to start designing the console. This is very rough at the present time, but it has to be able to be in that position, hold the radio gear, and still have the front of the seat down like that. So we're getting there slowly. All part of my disjointed RAM build video, guys. Well, it's a couple of days later, and I thought I'd show you where I'm up to. I've had a bit going on, so I haven't been able to work on this as much as I want. That's by no means finished, but the console's in there. Yeah, I'm sorry about the sun flare, guys. Trying to just get this gimbal to line up for you without getting the sun flare on it. That's one radio. That's not mounted, it's just sitting there for show. There's another front panel got to go through where my finger is. And as it happens, my USB lead for charge my phone can come up through there from down there. I'll give you a quick look from the other side. Maybe there's not as much sun flare that way. The truck's filthy. Got a gum tree that's flowering. It just leaves crap everywhere at the moment, so we're a little bit stuck. Now on this side, the silver bolts that you'll see here, they're actually going to be made black, but for the time being they're silver, just so I can see what's going on. And that's once again the radio in situ. And the other one will be, as I said, poking up through that carpet there. So it's getting there. It's a process, but it's getting there. I don't think it looks too bad. Yeah, the gaps aren't perfect, but yeah, it's reasonably good, I think. Well, hey guys, it's been a few days again. I thought I'd update you on the console. This is the console virtually completed. It's a little bit hard to see from this side because of the sun. I'll take you on the other side. One microphone. It's not wired up yet because down here I've got to put a fuse box to power everything. But single mic on this side. Two radios in there you've seen before. Phone sits there. I've got some black leads for the phone so that you can't really notice them. The black phone cable does come out of there, you can see that, and it ducks behind the console, so you don't notice it as much. Here, I'll show you from the other side. Excuse my mess in the shed. And like I said on the other day, the bloody gum tree keeps flaring, covering the car in yellow shit, so we're stuck with that for a little while. This is her from the driver's side, probably a better view, more sun coming in. So, the phone in the cup holder like I do, the two radios that are there, and the part that I wanted to show you most was the fact that three microphones live on this side. So for anybody who knows me, knows I'm an amateur radio nerd, so I'll explain what they are. That's the GME UHF CB mic. That one's for the dual band amateur radio for VHF UHF, and that one there is for the HF, which is that radio there. Now those radios, none of them are hooked up yet, and the HF won't be hooked up until after it comes back from Big Dog Builds, because I'm not doing a looped bull bar. I'm just going to do one of the Off-Road Creative bumper bars with a driving light hoop around there. So this antenna on the 200 needs to have the space so it doesn't belt into the grill. Now I'm not going to know whether that belts into the grill or not until after the bull bar's on. So we'll have to see what the profile is once that's done. So that's the reasoning behind it. Now obviously I've designed the console with that in mind, so that we can have the HF in there, and the HF radio is mounted to the console for that exact reason. Now, geez, it's sunny guys. So that's the main reasoning for why that's there. Now, if I can't get that K10 antenna to sit there like I want it to, then there'll be no HF in the RAM at all. So what will happen with that, if that's the case, will be where this front panel sits. Hope you can see everything there, guys. Just angle it down. There we go. Where this panel here sits, well, if that radio can't be there because the antenna won't fit on the front, then that radio will just come out. And that microphone there won't have to be there anymore. But the idea and the hope is, I've built this before it goes to big dog builds. At this stage, we're a month and a half away from taking it there. But the plan is to have it there. Now, if I can't have it there, as I said, it'll live in the caravan down the track. And this space will become available for something else. What, I don't know, but something. Anyhow, that's as much as I can tell you about this at this stage. Although, I have got some news that I'll show you. You may or may not have seen it on Instagram already. And I'm not scared of showing you number plates on my videos, guys, because realistically, I don't care. There she is, new rego, extra oversized Aussie. I know it's probably not what it really, well, what it should stand for, but I can't think of anything else. It's cool that it's got the 05 because we're big Brock fans, so when he was alive, so 05 sort of relates to that. But it also sort of spells in a weird way Aussie with, you know, the S and a Z. Obviously, it's not really right, but anyway, it's close. Anyway, she's registered to me now. Now that process wasn't stupidly hard. It was hard, but it wasn't stupidly hard. I wound up having to have the thing blue slipped twice, and not because it needed to be blue slipped twice, because the first one doesn't count. I took it to a place for a blue slip and they went through it all, they tested it, yep, it's fine, it'll pass. And then he realised he couldn't submit it because he wasn't authorised to do vehicles over 4.5 tonne GVM, go figure. Told him what its GVM was when I first booked it in. So I had to book it in at another place, which incidentally is called Hunter Valley Trucks in Heverbray Motto Farm, that area. They took it, and because they deal with heavy vehicles, they were able to blue slip it correctly, and then off to the Services New South Wales, RMS, whatever you want to call them, and we got it done. So new plates, new rego, it's all registered to me now, so we're all happy with that. And the only difference in the process between them and the first guys was they had to supply the weighbridge ticket, which you will have seen earlier on this clip, to say how heavy it is. That was it. So that's going to wrap this video, disjointed though it has been. That's going to wrap this for this week and for this part of the build. Now, nothing else is really going to happen to this other than the fuse box will go onto the console and I'll power up the radio gear. Now that's not going to make it into this clip, that'll be seen in a future video. Now, I hope you're enjoying the very slow RAM build. But I think once it goes to big dog builds, things will happen pretty quickly. Okay guys, all the best. Cheers for Steve and Kaz at Mud Ducks Touring Australia. Do all the YouTubey things that you do down the bottom. And we will catch you on the next one. Cheers guys, see ya.